Hello, good people of Bills Nation, and welcome back to this double feature of the NFL on Snyderman Broadcasting. Week 5 of the NFL season is right around the corner, with the Buffalo Bills set to take on the Kansas City Chiefs in a rematch from last year's AFC Championship game. But before we jump into the action at Arrowhead, let's take a look around the NFL where the Green Bay Packers lead the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers has his Green Bay Packers out to a 3-1 record. It's no secret that Aaron Rodgers was not too happy with the Packers organization at the end of last season, so it'll be interesting to see what the offseason brings for Rodgers and the Packers. Meanwhile, in the NFC South, the Tampa Bay Bradyneers are leading the NFC South. They are tied with the Carolina Panthers for that division, with the Atlanta Falcons not too far behind. Panthers are pretty impressive. They got to be a team that is surprising a lot of people. In the NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals and Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers are all in a three-way tie for that division. The Bengals lead the AFC North rather. The Titans are undefeated, leading the AFC South, and the Kansas City Chiefs are leading the AFC West. 3-1 record for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they are set to host the Buffalo Bills in a rematch from last year's AFC Championship game. The big story heading into this game is the turnovers from Josh Allen. Josh Allen has been uncharacteristically throwing a lot of interceptions the first couple weeks of the season. We are going to see if those clear up in week 5, but we're ready for some football here at Arrowhead Stadium, where Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs are set to host Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game, a heartbreaker for Bills Mafia, and it'll be interesting to see how the Bills defense holds up with this high-powered Kansas City offense. Last week, Demarcus Robinson was huge in the Chiefs' win. 9 receptions, almost 200 yards, 2 touchdowns with an 80-yard score between him and Patrick Mahomes. But it is time for football here at Arrowhead Stadium. Bass with the kickoff, and we are underway, and that is going to sail out of the back of the end zone. So Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get the ball at the 25-yard line. Mahomes having a monster year so far, 1,200 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, only 1 interception on the year. He has been absolutely phenomenal. Mahomes out of the gun. They might look to pass early, and they do. Mahomes hooks up with who else but Robinson for a 8-yard gain. It is now 2nd and 2. Mahomes out of the gun again. Edwards-Helaire gets the handoff, and he will pick up a Chiefs first down. Helaire last week had a decent game. All told, 15 touches for 68 yards for the young running back out of Kansas City. Mahomes now has the Chiefs 2nd and 13. He's out of the gun. He is going to find Edwards-Helaire out of the backfield. Helaire is going to scamper for a big first down for the Chiefs. That was a huge gain. Mahomes already at 50 yards passing on the day. Only 2 attempts, 2 completions for Patrick Mahomes. Edwards-Helaire with the 38-yard reception moves the chains for the Chiefs. Chiefs now in the red zone. Handoff to Edwards-Helaire, and that will be a Kansas City score. So the Chiefs on the board here early in the first quarter take a 6-0 lead. Barring disaster on the extra point, we will make it 7-0 Kansas City. And this is what we were talking about. We wondered if this Buffalo Bills defense could keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs offense. And right now, even though the Bills defense is in the top 10 in pretty much every statistical category, they are behind early, and we will see Josh Allen and this Bills offense come into play. And again, the story is the interceptions for Allen. Already at 5 interceptions, and Allen is going to be out of the gun. He's going to drop back, and he will find Stephon Diggs for a good completion of 24 yards. So that is a great first play for this Bills offense that will need to keep up with the high power of Mahomes and this Kansas City Chief passing attack. That would be a nice pass to the tight end Sweeney there. And Allen now surpassing 1,000 yards passing on the season. Again, fairly pedestrian numbers for the young quarterback out of Wyoming, but that was a good find of his tight end to get these Bills into the red zone. It is now 1st and goal. Allen is going to drop back. He has a lane. He's going to take off, and Allen will find the end zone. It is now 7-6 in favor of Kansas City. That was a great read by Josh Allen. He was looking for receivers downfield in the end zone, couldn't find anybody, so he decides to take the open lane, and he just takes the ball in himself. Great read there by Allen. And that is one thing that defenses, when they play this Bills team, have to be prepared for. The rushing attack from the backfield out of Josh Allen. He can hurt you with his big arm, which we know, but he can also hurt you with his legs. That was a 5-yard touchdown run for Josh Allen. It is now 7-7. We have a tie game here midway through the first quarter, and we will see Mahomes and his offense take the field once again. It will be Edwards-Helaire, and he will be stuffed by Matt Milano. Great job by the outside linebacker for this Bills defense. Not enough gets said about Milano, or at least not so far this season anyway. He has a great stop there on Edwards-Helaire, but Mahomes will have his Chiefs driving. He will find his tight end Kelsey, and that will put Mahomes over 100 yards passing already in the first quarter. And if the Bills are going to have a shot at this game, they are going to have to figure out a way to stop this passing attack of the Kansas City Chiefs. They have to put a stop to Mahomes and this high-powered offense, and that'll do it. That was a big sack by the rookie Rousseau on Mahomes. That is a sack lunch for this Bills defense. Mahomes dropping back, and he went down hard. Getting pressure on this quarterback is going to be big for the Bills. If you can somehow contain Mahomes, get pressure on him, make him make mistakes like that, that'll be huge. But that is an amazing pass to Hill in the end zone. Oh my gosh, and that is what Mahomes can do to you if you let him. That was an amazing rollout throw. Great touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Reed is happy about that one from the young Patrick Mahomes. The future, obviously, very bright in Kansas City. You can bet there will probably be a few more Lombardis in the trophy case as long as they have the leadership of Patrick Mahomes under center. It is now 14-7 Kansas City. Josh Allen and the Bills now on the field, end of the first quarter. That will be a handoff to Singletary. He doesn't get a whole lot, maybe 1 or 2 yards there, and that will do it for the first quarter, where it is 14-7 Chiefs. We might have a shootout brewing here at Arrowhead Stadium to start the second quarter. Allen drops back, and he is going to find Sanders along the sideline for a good gain right there. Emmanuel Sanders has been a great addition for this offense so far. He has become one of Josh Allen's favorite weapons to look for. Obviously, when you have the receiving core of Diggs, Sanders, Beasley, there's not a whole lot to complain about there. And then you have Knox at the tight end position. Knox is good at that spot. Allen is under center. He is looking at a 3rd and 4 right now. He is going to drop back, and he is going to find Beasley. Speaking of those receivers, and Beasley will pick up the first down. Good conversion by Beasley for this Bills offense, and this is what the Bills are going to have to do. Their defense, if they can't stop Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they are going to have to go blow for blow with Mahomes, and it's going to be runs like that that will help, and that is another first down for the Bills. Now, normally you wouldn't want to get into a shootout with Mahomes. He is going to beat you every single time, but if your defense is not going to stop him, you are going to have to put up the points yourself. He was looking for Beasley. There's a flag on the play. Incomplete pass to Beasley, but the call on the field is pass interference. That will put the Bills at about the 10-yard line. It is now 2nd and 6 for the Bills, and Allen is going to find Knox, who is going to bulldoze his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Like we said, this is what the Bills are going to have to try to do moving forward in this game. They're going to have to go blow for blow with the Chiefs until the Bills defense can stop the passing attack of the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes has not missed a pass yet. He has completed all of his passes here tonight, and that does not bode well for this Bills defense. Mahomes is clearly in the zone. He is going to drop back, and he is going to find the ever-reliable Travis Kelce for a first down, and Mahomes has this Chiefs offense clicking, and that will be Tyreek Hill yet again. Obviously, last score, Hill and Mahomes, they connected for a big gain, and speaking of big gains, that will be a big gain to Robinson, a big gain for the Chiefs, and touchdown, 36 yards for Patrick Mahomes on that touchdown pass. So again, something's got to give with this Bills defense. You have to figure out how to contain these receivers of Patrick Mahomes. You just have to. Because if you don't, this is going to happen all game long. It is 21-14, Kansas City. And here comes Devin Singletary, who's been having a pretty good year. He is in the top 5 rushers in the NFL. So Singletary, speaking of, gets the handoff. Doesn't get much. His lineman kind of got in his way there. But Singletary doing pretty well for the Bills so far tonight. And as we've been saying, has a pretty good season going. Allen drops back. He's going to find Sanders there. And that is going to have this Buffalo offense moving. There's Singletary yet again, and he is going to convert on a big play. That'll be a Bills first down. Allen and this Bills offense moving down the field. It is 3rd and 8. Allen back to pass. He's looking for Diggs. Can't find Diggs on the sideline. And that will force a punt. And Mahomes and this Chiefs offense are going to take the field. And that will be Mahomes' first incompletion of the game. But he is going to have the Chiefs moving. And there's another deflection by this Bills defense. So we now have the Bills defense setting up a good defense against Mahomes, but Mahomes has all kinds of time. He had all kinds of time, and that is a huge pass. Oh my gosh. Huge pass there by Mahomes. All kinds of time. You cannot give Mahomes that kind of time in the pocket because he will burn you just like that. Big touchdown pass. And that will put the Chiefs up by 2 touchdowns here at the end of the first half. On for the extra point is Butker, and that is up and good. So again, Chiefs up by 2 scores. We are 20 seconds away from halftime here. Allen looking for Diggs and finding Diggs. That is a great reception. 25 yards on the reception for Diggs. And if you're the Bills, you're just trying to get some points on the board before we go into halftime. And it's going to be plays like that will allow you to do it. Allen finding Knox there. 11 seconds now to go in the half. 2nd and 1. Allen back to pass. He is going to look for Diggs, but that will be incomplete. And that's going to bring Bass on for a last-second field goal in the half. And off the left upright. So the Bills wanted to put at least something on the board before we went to half. And instead, they are going to go into halftime down by 2 touchdowns on a missed field goal from Bass. And Bass has been plagued by that all season, but if we look around the NFL, let's head out to Seattle where the Rams are handling the Seattle Seahawks 28-7. Matthew Stafford has the Rams out in front big, 2 touchdowns for the veteran out there. If we go across the Atlantic, it is the Jets that beat the Falcons 21-13 earlier today. The rookie Zach Wilson with 200 yards and a touchdown in that game. Matt Ryan for the Falcons had a touchdown as well. The Jets winners in that one. And tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, the Colts are going to be going to Baltimore to compete against the Ravens, which is a perennial AFC matchup. 2 really good teams here in the AFC, but we got some good AFC action here on Sunday Night Football, as well as Devin Singletary, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and the rest of the Bills offense look to put some points on the board here early in the third quarter. And Singletary looked like he had some space there, might have misjudged it, and ends up running into a tackle. So didn't quite read his blocking right there and runs into the defender. Allen looking for, and he finds Sanders for a 22-yard reception. That was a good throw into double coverage. However, the drive is going to stall in the red zone. Bass is going to come out and make it 28-17 Chiefs, where Patrick Mahomes has been a monster in this first half. He has been absolutely tearing up the Bills' passing defense. They just haven't had an answer. The cornerbacks, the safeties, they haven't been able to keep up with these receivers. They haven't been able to pressure Mahomes at all on the front 7. It has been a bad day to be a Bills defender, and it's going to get worse with the cannon of Patrick Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill for a huge touchdown. And that is going to put the Chiefs up 35-17. My gosh, that was a bomb of a touchdown pass. So if you're Josh Allen in this Bills offense, you have to figure something out. And that's not it. These little 3-yard gains by your passing attack aren't going to cut it. against these Chiefs. That's Beasley. Beasley with a big gain. That's more like what you need. You need to really go stride for stride and blow for blow against this Chiefs offense. And you can't have drives stall in the red zone like your last two have. That is another field goal by Bass, making it 35-20 in favor of the Chiefs. But again, you need scores when you go in the red zone. You need touchdowns. You cannot leave touchdowns on the field, especially when Patrick Mahomes and the rest of the Kansas City Chiefs offense is clicking like they are. His line is giving him protection. His receivers are getting wide open. They're burning your defenders. And you have not made Patrick Mahomes' job difficult tonight. He's had all kinds of time in the pocket, except there is his first mistake. He has thrown a couple of incompletions, but Micah Hyde with the big turnover, intercepting Patrick Mahomes and giving Josh Allen and Devin Singletary some life on this Bills offense. The Bills offense will take over at the Chiefs 15, and they will be looking to score. It is 3rd and goal. That is who else this year but Zach Moss. Zach Moss is your big body that you put in to bulldoze your way into the end zone, and that will make it 35-27 Chiefs, as Zach Moss puts a big touchdown on the board for this Bills team, and they've needed it. But you can see the numbers there. 383 yards, only 3 missed passes from Patrick Mahomes all night. And that's been the story. This Bills team gets the sack. I was just about ready to talk about how the Bills have not been able to pressure Mahomes, and Ed Oliver makes me eat my words, and he puts Patrick Mahomes on the ground. Ed Oliver, the young heart of this Bills defense, comes in with a big sack, and that sack is going to make it 4th and 15, and the Chiefs are going to have to punt the ball away for the first time, and that is huge here at the end of the 3rd quarter. End of the 3rd quarter, the Bills will have the ball going into the final quarter. It is 35-27. The Bills have been trying their best to keep up, and it's been difficult, but they are now having to go for it on 4th and inches here to start the 4th quarter, and Allen will convert by finding his ever-reliable tight end, Knox. And so Allen has this Bills offense moving. They are threatening, and that's not going to do it. Allen misses Beasley in the end zone. It is 3rd and 6. Allen drops back again, and there's a flag. He was trying to find Singletary out of the backfield, and that will be a roughing the passer penalty. Huge mistake by this Chiefs defense, and that will put the Bills on the 10-yard line. 2nd and 1. Bills trying to get in the end zone, and Singletary finds pay dirt for his 2nd touchdown on the year. Singletary, 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, and we've been singing his praises a little bit tonight because the Bills' rushing attack has been a good bright spot so far this season. Allen has had his struggles. Josh Allen has had his troubles with interceptions. There's been a couple fumbles. But Singletary and this rushing attack have held him up really well. But there we see 4 touchdowns on the day for Patrick Mahomes as he leads this high-powered offense for the Kansas City Chiefs out onto the field again. 35-34 Chiefs. And who else but Travis Kelce for Patrick Mahomes? Travis Kelce is going to give the Chiefs a big first down. Mahomes moving the ball yet again. And this has just been an overall well-executed, almost perfectly executed game by the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Again, the offensive line is held up. The receivers have found open windows, and Patrick Mahomes has had time to find these receivers wide open. They've really moved the ball on a good Bills defense with ease, and that will be Travis Kelce for the touchdown, making it 41-34 Kansas City with less than 5 minutes to go in the final quarter. So if you're Sean McDermott, if you're Josh Allen, you have to do something, and do something quick, so that you don't end up leaving this stadium yet again thinking about what could have been. You need a score if you are the Bills. It is 2nd and 2. Allen drops back. He is looking for, and that is picked off. He was looking for Sanders on the sidelines, and Allen is picked off by Ward, and that will put the nail in the coffin for the Buffalo Bills, as they are going to lose this game 42-34. That'll be the Bills' first loss on the season. They are going to walk out of Arrowhead Stadium on the short end yet again. It was heartbreaking in the playoffs last year. This year, not going to feel much better, losing this game on a interception, really. Allen had the Bills moving, and then he throws another interception. The Bills are going to have to do something to fix those mistakes. But as we go, look at Monday night's game, the Indianapolis Colts roll into Baltimore, and they beat the Ravens 24-21. Carson Wentz has really found some spark there in Indianapolis, and this Colts team will be a force to be reckoned with. But in the meantime, you aren't going to have to wait long for Week 6 NFL action at Nissan Stadium as your Buffalo Bills travel down to Nashville, Tennessee to take on Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans, the undefeated Tennessee Titans. So 2 really big games here in a row for the Buffalo Bills. Don't have a whole lot of time to think about that heartbreaker in Kansas City, because you now have the Titans and A.J. Brown, who had a monster Week 5, as you just saw right there. A.J. Brown and Ryan Tannehill leading this Tennessee offense. Very high-powered. The big missing piece for the Titans right now is Derrick Henry, who is out injured. Josh Allen, you can see his numbers there on the season. The passing yards are getting better, but again, we got to cut down those interceptions. If we don't cut down those interceptions, it's going to be a long season, and there's a flag on the first play for this Bills offense. That'll be a false start, and that's not what you want. That is not what you want at all. That is going to lead to a 1st and 15 for the Buffalo Bills. They're going to hand it off to Singletary, who gets murdered at the 25-yard line. Make that 2nd and 15 now for this Bills offense. And Allen's going to drop back, and Singletary is going to be out of the backfield. He's going to get a few yards there on that play. He's going to get out to the 32, make it 3rd and 9 now for the Bills, as Allen is going to drop back again. He was hit as he threw last time. This time, didn't really have too much pressure, and he finds Emmanuel Sanders for the first down. 14-yard hookup to Emmanuel Sanders, and the Bills are moving the chains, and the poise in the pocket from Allen there is great to see. You wonder if these interception troubles are going to hurt the confidence. It doesn't appear so, at least not right now. Bills are driving, and Allen finds Knox in the end zone. So the Bills on the board early in the first quarter as Knox gets a touchdown. And Allen, that has to feel good for Josh Allen after the loss in Kansas City last week to come out here in a hostile environment down in Nashville and take an early lead on a very good Titans team, a very tough Titans defense. There you see Knox dabbing it up with his defense, and I should never say that again. But here comes Ryan Tannehill out to lead the Titans offense, and 13 touchdowns to 2 interceptions is what jumps out at you. Tannehill very, very careful with the ball. Those interceptions not going to hurt his team one bit. Tannehill drops back, looking, not finding anybody. Tannehill's going to have to take off. Oliver brings him down. That is a fumble. Phillips picks it up, and he will advance it out to the 17. Normally, you don't see a lineman try to advance it like that, but Phillips says, give me that ball. Ed Oliver, who else but Ed Oliver, is going to take down Tannehill, get the sack, strip the ball, and Phillips will recover that. Unfortunately, the Bills offense won't be able to cash in with a touchdown on this drive. They will have to settle for a field goal from Bass. That will put the Bills up quickly. 10-0 for the Bills. And you have to wonder if that loss motivated this defense. You have to wonder if they really were demoralized last week in Kansas City. Oliver with a big stop there, stuffing the run. And this is where the Titans missed Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry were running that ball, I don't know that Ed Oliver would have been able to make that play that easily, and that stuff is going to lead to a 4th and 8 and a Titans punt that doesn't get returned for anything. McKenzie should have probably called for the fair catch there, opted not to, and gets nothing on the return. But that will lead Josh Allen back out onto the field. Bills will take over after that Tennessee punt. Allen out of the shotgun here. He's got trips on the right. Dropping back. It's a screen to Singletary. Singletary out with a big gain. Good gain by Singletary. It's interesting that they are starting to get him more involved in this passing attack. But again, the Bills' drive is going to stall in the red zone, and Bass is going to come out for a chip shot field goal. And if we've learned anything over the last 2 weeks, it's that the Bills have been leaving important touchdowns on the field. You have to be able to find pay dirt when you get into the red zone. 13-0 at the start of the second quarter. Ryan Tannehill under center. 2nd and 7. Tannehill looking, and he's just going to check it down. Go the safe route to Julio Jones there. Makes the conversion. It is now 2nd and 9. Milano looks like he's coming. He is. But it is not going to be Milano, but Greg Rousseau that takes Tannehill down for the sack. And he looked like he was untouched. Rousseau looked like he just had a free shot at Tannehill. It was hard to tell by that replay, but it didn't look like he was really touched by that lineman at all. And that big sack by Rousseau is going to lead to another Titans punt. This one will get a return. McKenzie takes it out to about the 20-21 yard line. And Devin Singletary, you see the numbers there. Already almost 500 yards on the season for Singletary. Touchdown numbers are a bit low, but the yardage is good for this running back. And Singletary, again, the Bills have to be happy with his production this year, and it's because of runs like that. Today, he's touched the ball 8 times, has about 40 yards. So the Titans have been doing decent in containing Singletary, but that didn't stop him from moving the chains on that last play. Allen out of the gun. Not sure who he was looking for there, but it's almost like Allen can't see the defenders. With these big interceptions, it's like Allen just can't see out there. That pass easily picked off. He was looking for Sanders, and it was just too easy for the pass to be jumped by the defender. So let's hope these interception woes get cleared up for Josh Allen. In the meantime, A.J. Brown catching the ball from Ryan Tannehill there for a Titans first down. And the Titans showing a little signs of life here midway through the second quarter. 1st and 10. Ball close to midfield. Tannehill rolls out, but he is going to roll right into, I believe that was Hughes. Yes, that was Hughes that got the sack. So I believe that's now 3 sack lunches that have been packed for this Bills defense as Tannehill goes down. So things have not been easy for Tannehill today. Unlike last week, this Bills defense is getting some decent pressure on the quarterback. Bullock is going to put the first of the Titans' points on the board. Thanks to that sack, the Titans are going to have to settle for a field goal. There again, you see the numbers for Singletary. Getting a lot of touches this year, and that's led to good production. However, this Titans defense seems to have figured him out. He hasn't had the big game that we're used to. However, the always reliable Emmanuel Sanders, it seems like we've called his name a lot, has been getting some catches here tonight. Unfortunately, yet again, a Buffalo Bills drive is going to stall, and that'll take us into halftime with the Buffalo Bills up by 13 heading into the half. It is 16-3 on this Monday night, with the Bills leading in every statistical category. But if we look around the league, we can see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs do it yet again. Mahomes with another 3 touchdowns in this game. Trevor Lawrence with another win there. He's got these Jacksonville Jaguars rolling pretty well. The Cardinals are going to go into Cleveland and squeak out a victory, 24-21 Arizona in Cleveland. The Raiders 33-16 out in Denver. The Tampa Bay Bradyneers are victors in Philadelphia as Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers handle their business in Philadelphia. The Eagles really didn't have a chance there. And that will lead us into the start of the second half, where the Tennessee Titans are going to have the first possession going into the half. And that one will just have to be kneeled down as Ryan Tannehill and his offense are going to have to take over at the 25-yard line. But the story of the day has been the pressure on the quarterback. Oliver, Rousseau, Hughes, they've all been getting involved in pressuring Tannehill. And so if I am the Tennessee Titans, I'm going to have to figure out how do I protect Ryan Tannehill better and make it so he can have more plays like that. That was a good gain there. I believe that was Izzo. It was. That was found by Tannehill there. Hyde on the tackle. Empty backfield. Tannehill out of the gun. He's got 5 wide receivers. And he's going to go down again and again. That is Rousseau. So Rousseau getting his second sack of the ball game. Packing 2 lunches, my friend. Rousseau getting to Tannehill yet again, and that will stall this Tennessee drive, leading to a punt, which will see the Bills take over on their own 15 about midway through the third quarter. Ball given to Singletary again. He gets about 4 on the play. It's now 3rd and 6. Allen is going to drop back looking for the open man. Can't find him, and in fact, he finds a Tennessee Titan. Good night, Josh Allen. I know that the Bills have high hopes for Josh Allen. Why wouldn't you? Josh Allen is undeniably one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And Edmonds is going to pick up his quarterback by getting a pick of his own. So Edmonds gives the ball back to Buffalo. So Josh Allen dodges a bullet there. His defense picks him up. They've been doing that a lot this year. But as we were saying, Allen is one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL right now. You just have to work on these interceptions. You have to work on cutting these down. I don't know if Allen's been playing hurt. I don't know what's been going on. But it has not been good for the young man out of the University of Wyoming this season. In the meantime, the Bills' drive will stall, giving the ball back to the Titans. But there's Edmonds again. Second drive in a row, and we are ending a Tennessee Titan drive with an interception by Tremaine Edmonds, who, along with Ed Oliver, is the heart and soul of this Bills defense. They got a good young core up the middle, and they just found the young running back, Devin Singletary, out of the backfield for a screen. Good gain on the play, but he's going to be short. They're going to call him short. It is 4th and inches rather, for the Buffalo Bills, and Moss is going to pick up the first down. Always reliable, Zach Moss, picking up the short yardage that the Bills are going to need. Allen looking for Diggs, and he finds him for a Buffalo Bills touchdown. Diggs extending the lead for the Bills. Allen putting up another touchdown. That's one thing that has changed the last couple weeks. Allen has been increasing his touchdown numbers. He's been throwing the ball more. And maybe that's the difference. Maybe he's throwing the ball too much. I don't know, but that's a good way to bounce back from an interception. Lead your team down the field for another score. Put them up by 20. And if you're Ryan Tannehill, you're just trying to stop the bleeding a bit. You're trying to take your guys down the field, trying to get something going on the offensive side of the ball. And that'll do it. That is a big run by Hilliard. And that'll be a big first down. Hilliard, 70 yards on the day. And Tannehill has these Titans driving. Good find on Brown there, but the drive is going to stall right around midfield again, about 38. And that is a big missed field goal. It looks like it might have been tipped just a little. Yeah, there might have been a fingertip that got on that ball. Maybe Bullock rushed it. I don't know what happened with that field goal, but that is a big missed opportunity for the Titans as they are still down by 23-3, heading into quarter number 4, where Josh Allen has the Bills in the red zone. He's going to find Singletary, and Singletary is going to go in for another Bills touchdown. That'll be Singletary's first receiving touchdown on the year. Again, it seems like the Bills are trying to get him more involved in the passing game, which is not a bad thing, actually. That is a good thing for this offense. Makes him a little bit more dynamic. Josh Allen has to be feeling good now that he's thrown 2 touchdowns after throwing 2 interceptions earlier. So who knows? Maybe things are looking up. Maybe he's gotten the interception bug out of his system. Time will tell. In the meantime, Tannehill is again trying to take these Titans down the field for a score. 30-3. Make that 30-10 as A.J. Brown catches the touchdown. He's been big for this Tennessee offense this season. But unfortunately, as the tempers boil over on the Tennessee sideline, that will end the game. Our final score, 30-10, Buffalo. They come into hostile Nashville, Tennessee, hostile Nissan Stadium, and they take one from the Tennessee Titans, 30-17, as Josh Allen throws for about 220 yards. Again, the story is the Bills' rushing attack always has been reliable this season, but this has been the NFL on Snyderman Broadcasting. The Bills are on their bye week next week, so we will see you for Week 8 action. Don't go anywhere, and come right back here for some more Buffalo Bills